so I'm not competing in an Extreme Mustang Makeover this year. What's going on? So this year, I'm competing in the Retired Racehorse Project's Thoroughbred Makeover. This is a racehorse retraining competition that is designed to help ex-racehorses find a new second career and a good life after they leave the racetrack. This competition has always been on the back burner in my mind. With the Extreme Mustang Makeovers, I've definitely thought about it because I love makeover competitions. But thoroughbreds weren't always my first choice of horse. They're not really, I never thought of them as really well suited to the Western industry, and every thoroughbred that I had been around when I was younger was pretty hot and pretty poorly trained. But I decided along the way, as I got some thoroughbreds in for starting and colt starting, I began to realize that just like a Mustang and any other breed of horse, that a horse is only as good as the training it's had. And when you give a thoroughbred good training, they seem to come along. So I always thought that it would be really cool to train a thoroughbred from start to finish in a discipline of choice and see how they do. With my delve into eventing as a hobby, I also found that they're very popular in that realm, and they're very smart, and they have the endurance that other breeds just don't have. So I was really impressed by that, and that kind of opened my eyes. So when I was blessed with the opportunity to ride, show, train, and own Shadow of Justice, a 10-year-old war horse thoroughbred racehorse, I was really excited and happy to take up the opportunity this year. I still have a Mustang in the barn. I actually have several, but I have one Wildie in the barn who I am retraining at my own pace and for my own personal use. I'm really excited about him too. His name is Red River George, and you will be seeing videos about him very soon. But anyway, Shadow is a war horse, and what a war horse is that is a thoroughbred who has had over 50 starts, 50 races, which is a lot of races. Now, Shadow hasn't had just 50. Shadow has had over 70 starts, and he has about $111,000 in earnings. So he had a very full and rich career before he came to me. He was loved by his family, and I am just honored to have the opportunity to train him because he is just absolutely so sweet and such a good horse. So I brought him home, and we've been working on retraining, and I'll have more on that soon. But it's been a real lot of fun. It's been a challenge because anytime you're retraining a horse to do something new, I would honestly say that's harder than starting a horse from scratch because they're coming with expectations on the table that a green horse or an unstarted horse wouldn't have, and they also have the physical development that you have to work on. So we've been spending a lot of time on working on physical development and conditioning into a performance horse rather than a race horse, so building new muscle groups and new ways of self-carriage and working out some old kinks and things that an older horse like him has. And just overall, it's been quite a journey. I've had some things to learn about the breed that I was unfamiliar with, that I've been learning as we go along. But this competition is a retraining competition, so it is, all the horses have less than a year's worth of training rides on them. They all had to have marked starts and races within the last year or so. Those deadlines are all on the Makeover website. But I was really pleased that Shadow actually raced until August of last year. So I was really excited to be able to find all his videos from all his races throughout his life, which has been really fun to go back and watch those and see what an absolute athlete he was and the sheer power he has. And it's amazing when you see how powerful and athletic they are, and to get them home and see their personalities come out and see how gentle they can be and how bridled and restrained, like the restraint and the relaxation that they start to develop as they learn to come down from being just a pure powerhouse to a little bit more of a performance horse with some thought into the matter and some relaxation and some flexion and some bend and shoulder control and hip control, all the fun things that make a performance horse comfy and fun to ride. So it's been really a real enjoyment to watch him figure out and put the pieces together as he learns what his new job is and what my expectations are for him. So the competition is October 12th through 15th. We're talking 2023 this year. And it's going to be really exciting. There are over 10 disciplines showing. Woo! I will be competing in the competitive trail and the freestyle because those are my preferred disciplines to train in and we're the areas where I have the most experience. In the long term, he might end up being an event horse, we'll see, but so far he's been a really nice trail horse and he rides really nice Western. So we'll probably continue along that route for the next while. And that is how we will be most likely competing in October, as long as our plans don't change. One thing to keep in mind with horses is that plans are always fluid because they usually have their own ideas. And we're just here to kind of shape that into what we want. So come along in October. The journey will be fun. The competition will be even more fun. And to see all the different thoroughbreds and all the different jobs they've been trained to do is going to be really exciting. It's a great cause and I'm happy to be a part of it, and I am loving my thoroughbred. So even if it's just on a small scale, trainer to horse, I'm definitely having my eyes open to the worth of this breed, and I hope that you might too if you follow along. Woo!
And they're all in the gates. They're off and running at Indiana Grand.
Oh, fast start for Shadow of Justice.
Gets the lead. Shadow of Justice bearing down on the outside in second, 2 lengths off the lead. They run to the 16th pole. Mordecai with a slender lead, but Shadow of Justice trying to pull off the upsets. It's Shadow of Justice pushing on by. Shadow of Justice prevailed. In the winner's circle, the 7, Shadow of Justice.
The lead, 2.5 lengths to In a While to the outside of Shadow of Justice. First quarter mile almost in 24 2/5. A 4-horse log jam on the front end. Goal in the yellow cap. Flashing the flowers on the far outside. Sammy's a breeze towards the fence. And Cavaliero's in between horses, only a half length off the lead. 2 lengths to Johnny Rocket, who wants to go on in 5th. And then a separation of about 3 lengths to Shadow of Justice and a length and a half to In a While. The opening half in 47 4/5. Entry into the far turn. Goal has the lead. Cavallero flashing the flowers, threatening outside 2nd and 3rd. Johnny Rocket has passed Sammy Zabreeze for 4th. Shadow of Justice goes by Sammy Zabreeze, and 5 lengths back to In a While, who trails the field. Less than 5/16 to go. Goal and flashing the flowers. The favorites are 1st and 2nd. Cavallero shifts to the outside 3rd. Shadow of Justice goes 5 wide, and Johnny Rocket's 1 from the outside, 5 across the track, 3/16 to go. Flashing the flowers, trying to pass Goal as it's Shadow of Justice still in the midst of a rally on the outside 3rd, but only a length off the lead, and Shadow of Justice now forges to the front of the 16th pole. Shadow of Justice from last to 1st in the opener. Close for... No photos needed. Number 1, Shadow of Justice 1st. And in, they're all in the gate, and they're off. Sunday him in 4th, then 3.5 lengths of Sunday Drive. 2 birds, 1 stone. It's about 11 off the lead, and a length and a half back to Corbin, who trails the field. Midway on the far turn, Complex Justice, but it's Shadow of Justice with a 4-wide bid. Bravo Express in between horses as Wyman drops back. 2 birds, 1 stone. From the back of the pack is up into 4th on the grandstand side. The Green Silks and closing in as they run down to mid-stretch. Shadow of Justice, Complex Justice, 2 birds, 1 stone, looming large on the outside 3rd, now up into a joint 2nd, 16th to go. Shadow of Justice with the lead, 2 birds, 1 stone outside, but it's Shadow of Justice at 9-1 who pulls off the upset. 2.5, 4.7. Back to the winner's circle, the 2, Shadow of Justice, Indiana bred. 8-year-old Duck Brown Gully by Spanish Steps out of Above and Beyond.
Go! Let's go!
Hey, hot stuff. Hey, hot stuff. I see you, Mr. Fancy Pants. Yeah. Roll in the dirt. There he goes. Oh, that's sand. Hello. Going down again? Super fun, I know. All that sand.